man had disconnected from God. Man had violated the sacred code that God gave him, that gave him authority and rulership in the garden. And in God's usual way, he stepped into the garden. The Bible said, and they heard, talking about Adam and Eve, the voice of God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord. They hid themselves among the trees in the garden because they knew what that moment signified in Eden. Adam was a ruler in the Garden of Eden. But you see, the powers and the rulership of Adam was predicated upon the knowledge of God that he had part-time. Because the goal of the government that Adam exercised was to bring about the nature of God superimposed upon everything that will be factored in the visible realm. So if Adam's government was accurate, Adam was supposed to make everything in the garden become a visible expression of God. So his government was to superimpose the nature of God on the visible creation. And the second thing about the government of Adam was to teach creation how to exhibit the character and the characteristics of God. And there was no way Adam could bring about that order of government except as he looked upon the countenance of Elohim. So from time to time, God walked into the garden. Meanwhile, it was not the face of God that showed up in the garden. It was not the glory of God that showed up in the garden. It was the voice of God. Because the dimension of God that came into the garden came to educate Adam about a syllabus that was not factored in the visible realm. God came to teach Adam God. Because there were many things Adam could learn in the garden, but the only way Adam could learn God was through koinonia. The only way Adam could learn God was through intercourse. So the Bible said in the cool of the day, the voice of God, the oracles of God, the speakings of God came walking in the garden, and Adam interacted with it. The word came walking is the word ruach yom. What it means is the moment of the spirit. The moment. It was not at all times that God came to instruct Adam. There was a particular window that opened in Eden when God effused into the garden. And when God showed up, Adam had capacity in the spirit to discern the invasion of God. And every time God came, there was an alignment order that Adam sustained in order to enter into intercourse with God. And when Adam interacted with God, God downloaded his dimensions into Adam. It was that dimension that Adam carried from that moment of intercourse that he brings into Eden. And when Adam shows up in Eden, what comes out of Adam is government, because he said, let them have dominion. But it was a strange kind of dominion. You know, the Bible opens up in Genesis chapter 1 verse 1. It said, in the beginning, God. Because before the beginning was, God was. So God was not part of the beginning. The beginning began from God. Because existence itself is in the bellies of Elohim. So Elohim was not part of the beginning. So he began to teach us that before the spirit realm was ever created, God was. Before the visible realm was created, he said God was. So it's important for any man that will strike a chord in the spirit on earth to travel beyond the beginning into God. Because if you don't touch God, you cannot be relevant in the beginning. Because the beginning, the origin of time, the origin of reality began from God. So for man to be relevant, he needed to journey back into God. So what Adam was doing in the cool of the day was a journey back into that which was before the beginning. So that when he enters into the beginning, he could bring a civilization that existed before the beginning. Because the beginning was a virgin dimension that God allowed Adam to colonize. I'm looking for utterance. You know what I want to teach is not normal Bible study. I want to tell you the stories of God. I want to tell you the secrets of creation, the code of existence. Because life does not begin in the beginning. Life was before the beginning. And when the beginning ends, life continues. So the journey into God is an eternal reality. Hi. Mahrahado Vakiza. Elianda Franase. Boronde Zavakida. Barakida. You know, Christians don't understand the privilege they have. Because in Christ we have a way back into him that was, him that dwells before time began. That's the journey of existence. The journey of existence is not from Kubwa to Aso Rock. The journey of existence is from time to eternity. When you touch God and you bring God back to your realm,